Hey, hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. So, if someone had told me years ago that in 2021, that I, myself, Ryan, the one and only, would fall in love with and become addicted to Call of Duty Ghosts, I would have laughed. I would have thought that you were joking, that you were trolling, perhaps, pulling my leg. I mean, come on! Call of Duty Ghosts? Really? Out of all the games in that series, I'd fall in love with and become addicted to the game that many declare to be the worst one in the whole franchise. It just seems mad, doesn't it? And yet here I am, making this video because I feel like Call of Duty Ghosts is underrated and underappreciated, and that you should give it a chance and play it for yourself. But why, you may ask? Was the single-player campaign and the PvP multiplayer, like, misunderstood, unfairly represented? Oh no, those are both soulless trash that I wouldn't recommend you play. I'm here to talk about and praise Call of Duty Ghosts Co-op PvE Horde Mode Extinction. Now, if you want to know how this particular video came about, I recommend watching my previous video about Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction. You see, this video is kind of a part 2, and this one is part 1, so if you want the full story and how I got here, why I'm playing and talking about Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction in 2021, well, there's your answer. Anyways, let's set the scene. So the Call of Duty video game franchise is known for having 3 main game modes in every title: the single-player campaign, the PvP multiplayer, and the PvE co-op horde mode. Now, the PvE co-op horde mode side of Call of Duty is usually dominated by Nazi zombies. You all know about the Call of Duty Zombies mode. Hell, I think it's even fair to say that almost everyone has played at least one variation of Call of Duty Zombies. Whether it was the very first one introduced in Call of Duty World at War, or one of its many successors. Everyone loves Call of Duty Zombies. It's kind of astounding how the passion and popularity for this game mode has lasted for over a decade. But I can see why. I understand it. Unfortunately, Call of Duty Zombies just isn't for me. Now, don't misunderstand me. I've certainly had fun playing Call of Duty Zombies throughout the years, through its multiple iterations, through multiple games. But I would argue that there are many video games that do PvE co-op horde modes better. Games like Left 4 Dead, Vermintide, Gears of War, Killing Floor, Titanfall, ooh, Mass Effect free multiplayer. You see, what kills Call of Duty Zombies for me is 1. Its stupid obsession with puzzles and Easter eggs. 2. The needlessly punishing difficulty scaling. And finally, the needlessly convoluted and complicated overarching storyline. Now, these are all intentional design decisions, and by no means are they objectively bad. I'm just not personally fond of them. I don't really agree with them. Now, given that this is the tried and tested and popular design formula for PvE co-op horde modes in the Call of Duty franchise, outside of course Modern Warfare's Spec Ops, I went into Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction mode expecting something similar but with aliens instead of zombies. I also wasn't expecting content of a high quality with that much passion put into it, given the reputation of Call of Duty Ghosts. So imagine my shock, my bewilderment, my awe when I start playing Extinction and really, I mean really enjoying it. This is really well made. There was a lot of thought and care and effort put into making this. And it plays nothing like Call of Duty Zombies. It bucks all of the trends I don't like and does a bunch of things that I really do like. There's multiple difficulty options. Extinction's maps, its levels, play more like story campaign levels that you would find in something like Left 4 Dead. There's clear objectives to complete, and optional challenges to complete too. There's multiple varied enemy types creating unique combat encounters. There's a rewarding progression system with meaningful, powerful upgrades. There's even a straightforward, interesting story to engage with. What the fuck is this? Am I still playing Call of Duty? Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction game mode feels like an entirely separate, different game from the rest of Call of Duty Ghosts. It really is a damn shame that Extinction isn't sold separately from Ghosts. It's a shame that you have to acquire Ghosts in its entirety to experience Extinction. Extinction is such an anomaly in this package, where the rest of the game, its campaign and multiplayer, are so uninspired, so generic, so dull. And then you look at Extinction and it's overflowing with creativity, attention to detail, obvious passion in its creation. Extinction is so good that I would argue it's worth buying Call of Duty Ghosts just for Extinction. Despite Call of Duty Ghosts as an overall product, as an overall package, as an overall game being so mediocre, Extinction is worth the unfortunate baggage that comes with the product in its entirety. Don't buy Call of Duty Ghosts Complete Edition at full price though. Jesus Christ, it's not worth that money. Wait for a sale or acquire it through other means. Anyways, it's such a tragedy, truly a tragedy, that Extinction is so underrated, underappreciated, unknown because of its attachment to Call of Duty Ghosts. This is as diamond in the rough as diamonds in the rough get. As far as I'm concerned, Extinction is a separate entity entirely from Call of Duty, and that Extinction is one of the most underrated video game experiences of all time. Now let me tell you about Extinction and why I love it so much, and why for the last couple weeks I've been absolutely addicted to it. The premise of Extinction is that you play as a Spec Ops soldier, going on critical missions to fight invading aliens known as cryptids, in outbreak sites where cryptids have overrun the area. Players have a different variety of objectives to complete depending on the map, which are to destroy cryptid hives, scan ancient obelisks, or turn on generators. The 5 different levels that Extinction has available play a lot like, well, linear campaign missions in something you'd find like Left 4 Dead. In a linear fashion, you progress from one area to the next throughout a level, completing objectives and killing wave after wave of cryptids along the way, with levels ending in either an exciting chase sequence where you have to escape the area, or an epic boss battle against a giant cryptid. Really impressive, eh? Not what you expect from Call of Duty. With their tertiary PvE co-op horde modes, you expect something, well, like a horde mode, like an endless survival-based horde mode. But with Extinction, it's basically a whole separate sci-fi FPS linear campaign that can be played single-player or in 4-player co-op that has some elements from a typical horde mode. And this type of game design style is so refreshing, because outside of games like Left 4 Dead, we barely get or have any games in this style. You get a story with a beginning, middle, and end. You get to kill hundreds of enemies in a single match, tons of incentives, rewards, and replayability on offer if you want to play more, and this can all be enjoyed single player or in 4-player co-op with friends. And this is all remarkably impressive given this isn't even the main mode of the whole game, this is a side mode. A side mode that feels like its own separate complete game. It's bloody remarkable. Now, how does Extinction actually play? Well, if you've ever played any standard modern military first-person shooter, Extinction is very easy to pick up and play and get into, with fairly standard controls and mechanics. With walking, shooting, sprinting, jumping, aiming down sights, a melee attack. Again, fairly well known and standard. In terms of game feel, credit to Call of Duty Ghosts. All of your in-game actions and controls feel smooth and responsive. But that's most Call of Duty games, that's most Battlefield games, that's most modern military first-person shooter games. What makes Extinction special and so much fun? Well, I would argue that is thanks to the enemies you do battle with, the cryptids, and the in-game progression system that you engage with while playing. First off, there's a great variety of enemy types with the cryptids. Every match starting off with you going up against swarms of scouts, but then as you progress through the map you start encountering hunters, scorpions, seekers, rhinos, phantoms, bombers, and gargoyles. All these different enemy types filling various roles, such as cannon fodder melee, ranged snipers, and kamikaze suicide bombers. However, there is one game design mechanic that almost all of the cryptids share: mobility. The cryptids are not like your typical first-person shooter soldier combatants that we've all shot at time and time again in first-person shooter games. You know, the kind that shoot you from afar, hide behind cover, or stand out in the middle of the open? The cryptids are not like that. They are always on the move. They're all constantly running, jumping, climbing, rushing you, flanking you, climbing all over the walls, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. They're a foe that demand the player's attention, which is further aided by the cryptids cryptids surprisingly intelligent AI. While scouts are mostly dumb cannon fodder that rush you, they will on occasion jump around and use their environment to safely flank you. Scorpions will constantly reposition themselves to get to an optimal angle from which to shoot you from. Phantoms are cheeky fucking bastards with some dirty hit and run tactics. And gargoyles, well, gargoyles are just weird. They have some pretty odd behaviors, I'm not gonna lie. But between all of the cryptids' different capabilities and how they engage you, players also have to contend with completing and protecting their objectives. Attempting to split your attention between the cryptids trying to sabotage your objective and the cryptids trying to kill you. This creates combat encounters that are intense, memorable, engaging, challenging, and fun. You're not just circle strafing around a map, mowing down hordes of mindless enemies. In Extinction, you're tactically picking your targets, trying to efficiently protect an objective while utilizing your powerful kit and upgrades to the best of your ability. Ah yes, your kit and upgrades. It's time to talk about Extinction's progression system. There are 4 classes for the player to choose from: Weapon Specialist, Tank, Engineer, and Medic. For each class, there's a specific set of unique abilities and perks that the player will be able to utilize for themselves or their team. Weapon Specialist is all about dealing high damage with weapons, Tank is all about high damage resilience, having more health than any other class in the game, and upgraded more powerful melee attacks. Engineer is all about being able to quickly repair whatever objective you're protecting is, while making more money than any other class in the game to utilize their abilities more often. And the Medic is all about instantaneously reviving your allies when they're down, while also having the fastest movement speed in the game. Pro tip, speaking from personal experience here, Weapon Specialist and Tank are best for solo play and are pretty good in co-op. Engineer and Medic are great for co-op, not good at solo play. Now, each class can customize their loadout from a variety of different options, ranging from types of pistols, ammo drop types, team support abilities, devastating strike packages, and highly effective and tactical equalizer power weapons. I'm talking about stuff like armor-piercing and incendiary ammo, sentry guns and flying gun drones, grenade launchers, and miniguns. Players get access to a ton of fun, effective, and tactical toys to play with. But you can't just spam these abilities and gadgets willy-nilly on a cooldown. You need to spend in-game money to use them, but how do you get money? You get money by killing enemies and completing objectives. So throughout a match of Extinction, you are constantly earning and spending money, trying to effectively save up and spend when the time is right. Now that's a solid, effective, and somewhat addicting system by itself, but then we add on top of that skill points. You use skill points to upgrade your class-specific perks while also upgrading all the abilities in your loadout, making them even more powerful and useful. But how do you earn skill points? You earn skill points by completing objectives and completing optional challenges. And these challenges range from pretty easy to, ooh, this is nerve-wracking. These optional challenges add a whole other layer to the gameplay, because now you have to consider them while killing cryptids and protecting your objective. And so with all of this, all of these features and mechanics, Extinction has this incredibly satisfying and addicting gameplay loop, where you're constantly killing cryptids, protecting an objective, earning and spending money, completing challenges to earn skill points to upgrade yourself and become even more powerful throughout the match. It's an engaging, satisfying progression system that you're always taking part in as you play. I can't believe I'm about to make this comparison, but it's almost like playing a MOBA like League of Legends or Dota 2 or Smite, where the in-game gameplay loop is all about earning, spending, leveling up, upgrading throughout a singular match, and then starting that process all over again in the next match. But with Extinction, you get the benefit of a PvE-only environment. Also, you know, it's a first-person shooter. I just love this gameplay loop that Extinction provides. In a single match of Extinction, I'm constantly, every minute, making meaningful decisions, while partaking in engaging, smooth, responsive, first-person shooting gunplay combat. It's just such a well-thought-out, well-designed gameplay loop and progression system. I just find it so addicting. It never gets old to me, which is only further aided by the variety of the different levels on offer here. Point of contact taking place in a Colorado town at night, overrun by cryptids, with a real apocalyptic horror atmosphere going on. Nightfall, taking place at a snowy secret base in Alaska. Mayday, taking place on a military carrier ship in the middle of the ocean. Awakening, having you make your way through ancient alien caverns, the home of the cryptids. And finally, Exodus, where you make your last stand against the cryptids in a ruined military base. There's enough variety in the visuals, the level design, the unique objectives and encounters on each map that I have no problem replaying all of these missions over and over again. But wait! There's more! On top of all this, there's your typical leveling up, ranking up progression system, earning experience points while you play, killing cryptids and completing objectives, but you also earn a currency while you play. Teeth. Teeth is earned to buy permanent player upgrades and enhancements. And while earning teeth is certainly a grind, it's a worthwhile grind, because all of the permanent player upgrades that you can unlock with teeth are powerful game changers. There are no useless purchasable upgrades here. Everything you can buy with teeth is meaningful, powerful, effective, will change the way you play the game in significant ways. Which is why I am now on the teeth grind, and I am committed to unlocking everything. And that's gonna cost a lot of teeth and require a lot of hours of play. But I don't mind, it's gonna be worth it and fun as hell. Lastly, I should also mention, there's a decent story here to be found in Extinction. There's decent characters, genuinely surprising twists and turns, deep lore, an actually fleshed out universe and mythology here. It also adds another great layer of replayability, urging you to thoroughly explore these maps to find all the hidden intel collectibles to unlock more cutscenes and audio logs. Just yet another aspect of Extinction that surprised the hell out of me. And that's Extinction from Call of Duty Ghosts. What I would argue to be one of the most underrated, underappreciated game modes. Hell, not even a game mode. Extinction is basically its own separate game. It lifts up the rest of Call of Duty Ghosts, and I would argue is what makes it worthwhile. Call of Duty Ghosts is worth getting to play Extinction. If you've never heard of and never played Extinction before, please, I urge you to try it. I urge you to seek it out. I genuinely believe you're missing out on a great first-person shooter video game experience. And for those of you who had ignored or written off Extinction because, oh, it's Call of Duty, or, oh, it's not Call of Duty Zombies, I urge you to reconsider. Give Extinction a chance. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Please, check out Extinction. Play Extinction, despite its attachment to Call of Duty Ghosts. Extinction is criminally underrated, underpraised, and underplayed. I love Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction, and this has been my video on it. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, leaving me your thoughts, feelings, and opinions, share the video on social media, Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook to help it grow, and if you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's always links to my Ko-fi and my Patreon in the video description down below. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.